Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Kisah Seram with Hauntu, Malaysia. Tonight is our 10th episode. I'm Roshafiq Rosli, and I'll be hosting this week Kisah Seram. Tonight, we have a very interesting story to tell to you. This story was sent by one of our followers. The story is about how curiosity can affect someone. The sender's name is Nina Terrible. She's from Johor, and her title is My Summer of Hell. It was the summer of '96, or better referred to as the Summer of Hell. I can't help but to blame myself. After all, I've watched plenty of horror movies to know all the basic rules, but even then, I ignored the most important one. I was young and curious, so attracted to anything horror. I played with a spirit board by myself, and that wasn't enough. I had chanted spells that I found in a spell book written in another language. Frustrated at what I thought was a complete fail, since nothing had happened, I continued on with this dangerous combo. A few days had passed and things began to change. I started hearing strange sounds for each night that went by. The evil entity became more aggressive. Some call it sleep paralysis, but I know it was an evil force holding me captive. I can hear the growling in my ear and the voice as it whispers to me, calling out my name. I was terrified. I fought so hard to have just enough courage to open my eyes, and then fear would strike again when I would witness with my own eyes a hooded shadow figure by my bed, and shadow figures darting in and out of the wall while calling my name. It was getting worse. I can now feel it touching me. It actually touched my foot. It wouldn't let me sleep, and it was as if it was getting stronger. I was so scared, and knowing it was my fault, I didn't want to tell anyone, especially my father. All my family had warned me about tampering with spirit boards. I no longer felt safe in my own home, and every chance I got, I tried to go somewhere hoping that this thing wouldn't follow me. I distinctly remember several occasions where the evil had followed me. My aunt asked me to stay with her and her family during the week to babysit my little cousin while she worked. I had fallen asleep and something had disturbed my sleep. I opened my eyes to the light above me, flickering on and off. I immediately left the bedroom and fell asleep on the couch for the rest of the night. Another night, I had experienced the same exact thing. But this time I left the room. I heard whispering coming from my cousin's bedroom, which was located right next to the living room. Confused and terrified, I started to wonder if it was my cousin that I had been babysitting, only to find out later that day he was sleeping with his parents' room the entire night. I knew I had to dispose of the board, and when I did, I heard a voice later that night say, "I will come back." Eventually, we moved, and I began feeling safe again. The activities still happens from time to time. I realized that this thing wasn't a part of the house. I summoned it, and it is now attached to me. I thought I was losing my mind until one day my older cousin had visited. She also is a believer who has had her own personal experiences. We were exchanging stories of strange events, and she distinctly heard heavy breathing coming from upstairs. We both looked at each other and noticed my dog turned towards the direction of stairs, and she heard it too. My cousin had lived there prior to me. She stated that she never heard that during the time of her residency there. Well, Nina, you were right. All this while that you were playing with that board, you have summoned it. And that thing had followed you. This is a very complicated event, where you thought that the house that you left would make you feel safer. You thought that all this while it was the house. Unfortunately, you have summoned the thing, and now the thing are now following you. For all of the listeners out there, I would like to remind you to always be careful. Be careful what you wished for, and be careful with what you are playing with. Thank you everyone for listening for tonight, Kisah Seram. I'll be seeing you the other day on our 11th episode with more interesting stories. Don't forget to go to Hauntu's Instagram page to check on our link on our special promotion. Good night, everyone. Be careful. Always watch your back.